This is Gerardo Del Real live from the 2025 New Orleans Investment Conference. Joining me today is the quarterback and CEO of Banyan Gold, Ms. Tara Christie. Tara, great to have you on. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, listen, I have to ask, sentiment on my end of it has been absolutely through the roof. I love to get your take. We're winding down right now. It's getting close to the last afternoon/evening. How has the conference been for you in Banyan?
It's been nonstop. Normally you get some lulls when you can catch up on your emails. It has been busy. Lots of shareholders, lots of people that bought last year that came to check in. Happy shareholders. And well, are you going to be able to continue to do that? And of course, I say we're still $35 an ounce Canadian. Yes, we're still cheap. There's still lots of room for us to re-rate. So it's been a great conference, and lots of retail too, like brand new people to the space asking, about how do I make investments in the mining business and in gold, because people are starting to notice maybe the retail wave is actually coming.
That's, I think, going to be critical and key for the next leg up in the gold price, right? We're seeing what they're calling a consolidation right around the $4,000 level, the $3,900 level. You have done a brilliant job executing in bear markets with modest treasury budgets.
Yes.
You've worked through some very serious,
issues,
headwinds, absolutely. And you've busted through and now have a $42 million war chest. You have 8 million ounces of gold, and you're about to enter, in $4,000 gold environment, you're about to enter what I think is going to be a transformational moment for Banyan over the next 6 to 18 months. Can you speak to that?
Well, yeah, $42 million is a lot of money. Wait to see what we can do with that. And not only is it the money, it's that we can now really put our heads down and think about how to generate the most value for our shareholders. And I've got the team to do it. I think we've had our best ever executed program this year. My new VP of Exploration, Duncan Mackay, my VP of Project Development, Kai Woloshin. I've got a team, and we are now primed to knock it out of the park. So pretty excited about it. And last year, I kind of at my presentation, we gave out a coin that had a banyan tree on it. Sure. And we were in Hong Kong earlier this year, and during the T10 hurricane, and then I got a photo of myself with the banyan tree after the hurricane. So I kind of think of this year as after the hurricane for Banyan, standing strong, deep roots and big branches, and we're really ready to go with a war chest that I think is going to really help us execute next year.
I love that. Listen, you have 8 million ounces of gold, but I think as importantly, you look to be honing in on the high-grade portion of that and looking to expand that. And I think, for future economics, and clearly you're a takeout target, but I think really outlining that, you've mentioned to me how important that's going to be and why that's going to be a focus here coming up with that war chest that you have. Can you explain what that process looks like for people that think, man, Banyan's had like a great run the past 12 months. Have I missed it?
Yes.
There's still a lot of meat on that bone, right?
Absolutely, and I get asked that all the time. I actually sent out a note to my shareholders talking about valuations and what the catalysts were. We've drilled 40,000 meters already. We have another 150 drill holes targeted at what we know are going to be substantive to change the economics of this project. Focus on getting that 5 million ounces of 1 gram, converting waste to ore, dropping the pit, following up on some pretty exciting targets as well distally that can show that this has lots of room to grow. And the deposit is open. The more we drill, the more confidence we actually have that we can add more ounces. The focus of this year's drilling has been on that grade, though, because that's so important. Sure. We'll have a PEA next year. We know we'll start drilling again in March. I actually still have 4 drills turning today. And we'll close up camp by the first or second week of December so that everyone can take a little bit of a break. But boy, we're going to have lots of catalysts through 2026. So, have we run as far as we're going to go? Absolutely not. And everyone has to make their own choices when they take some profit or take some money off the table. But I'm pretty excited about what we have, and I've got a lot of skin in the game myself, and I'm not selling. I got $2.5 million into this, and I'm pretty driven to be aligned with my shareholders because of that.
Yeah. Look, you answered my last question about having skin in the game. I think the end of 2025 and 2026 is going to be a transformational year. We'll see if you make it out of 2026. I know you are hell-bent on making sure that Banyan is positioned to provide as much shareholder value before you get any sort of takeout offer that is attractive to you. And I love that you are aligned with your shareholders and getting the most for shareholders. Anything to add to that?
No, you really have it. I think it's going to be transformational as well. This gold price is exceptional. Big deposits like mine, particularly ones that have infrastructure that are beside two mines, one that's for sale, one that's looking for more feed, along with our exciting little silver discovery, which is just icing on top of the cake. But we'll bring a few more people and eyes to look at our project. So look for lots of news from us. It's going to be a great 2026 and even into 2027.
Let's see if you make it out. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.